Marijuana is a popular recreational drug obtained by drying the resinous inflorescences of female cannabis plants. It is largely used worldwide. There are several varieties of cannabis that have been used for millennia around the world and for various purposes: recreational, medicinal, ceremonial, and religious, as for Rastafarians, or meditative, as for Indian sadhus and Buddhist monks from Nepal. But how does marijuana work? Let me explain. The most common way to consume marijuana is by smoking, which is also the fastest method to get the active ingredient THC into our bloodstream and from there to the brain. Alternatively, marijuana can be eaten, resulting in a more physical and longer-lasting effect. The cannabis plant contains hundreds of chemicals, but the most important and well-known among these is delta-9 THC, or simply THC, the active ingredient responsible for the effects of marijuana on our body. When marijuana is smoked, the THC contained in the flowers and resin is vaporized and inhaled, entering our lungs. Our lungs are lined with millions of tiny absorbent sponges called alveoli that typically function to absorb oxygen during inhalation and release carbon dioxide during exhalation. But when we smoke along with oxygen, they also absorb THC, allowing it to enter directly into our bloodstream. In this way, in a few seconds, THC makes its way through the blood vessels to the brain. The human brain is full of billions of cells that process information called neurons, which communicate with each other through synapses. A synapse is like a corridor where two doors open onto different neurons. Through the corridor, the neurons exchange information as electrical impulses. Our brain utilizes various kinds of neurotransmitters, and each type of neurotransmitter is responsible for the activation of specific receptors on the neuron, which in turn activate the neuron itself, causing specific reactions in the human body. And this is where THC starts playing an important role. The THC molecule is very similar to endocannabinoid neurotransmitters and can therefore bind with their receptors, activating specific neurons and causing the typical marijuana effects on our mind and body. 4 brain parts have the highest density of cannabinoid receptors: basal ganglia, controlling involuntary movements, and motor coordination. The hippocampus, responsible for short-term memory. That's why THC's consumption creates difficulty in remembering recent events or focusing. The cerebellum, controlling balance and motor coordination. And the hypothalamus, playing a fundamental role in regulating hunger and thus food consumption. Those who use marijuana describe the effect as a feeling of carefreeness and serenity. The pupils can dilate, making colors more vivid, and over time, a strong feeling of euphoria, or in some cases, a sense of widespread panic may occur. Marijuana is also a strong vasodilator, reason why marijuana is used as a medicine by glaucoma patients who greatly benefit from the reduction of intraocular pressure. Lastly, when THC binds to cannabinoid receptors in the hypothalamus, our ability to control hunger is compromised and we need food, becoming victims of the so-called munchies. Please note that the effects of THC from marijuana or shisha through smoking, vaporization, or ingestion are temporary and will fade away at most after a few hours. However, be cautious, as studies indicate that chronic marijuana use can contribute to anxiety and paranoia disorders in susceptible individuals, and in adolescents, it may result in an IQ decrease of up to 8 points when they become adults. If you liked this video, like it, share it, and tell us in the comments what topic you'd like to learn about on this channel. We'll make it simple for you. And if you want to help us make more and more videos more frequently, you can do like our followers on Patreon and visit patreon.com/makeItSimpleVideo and help us with a donation. In exchange, you will always receive a reward, and your name will appear in the final credits of our videos. Thank you all, and may the iguana be with you.